All right, what's up, y'all? Real quick. Um. So okay, so you know God's words, right? About His people and the Gentiles. Okay. Now, while color is not a thing in this dynamic, right? It We cannot dismiss that part is involved. Okay. And a certain demographic of people, right? People that were, you know, those who from whom some of us, a lot of us, are the descendants of, right? Those who were taken in the transatlantic slave trade, okay, and scattered all over, right? Those are God's people, okay. Now, if you look back in history, right, God deemed a people to Himself, okay. God deemed a people to Himself, right? The apple of His eye, okay. Um, and back then, I believe they weren't to mix, right, outside of their people, right? Um, and it seems, okay, not to say that that's the case today, right? No, not at all, right? Love for you, love, of course, right? But 144 on the timer, at one time it was, okay? But for the Gentile, right? Okay, those outside of God's people, right? God's special ordained people, okay? Um, there is an engrafting, of course, right? There's an engrafting, all right? Confirmation. Thank you, Holy Spirit. And in order for that engrafting to take place for those outside of God's covenant, right? 222 on the timer. Um, that was made with, our ancestor Abraham, right? Father Abraham, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Okay. But what comes along with the engrafting is acknowledgement of God, right? And acknowledgement of who belongs to God, right? And we see all through history, right? That we have, that we know is true, right? Still digging up everything else that's been covered up and changed and molded to fit something different. Okay. The acknowledgement has to be had. It just does, right? Look it up. Those of you who are word thumpers, look it up, right? The acknowledgement must be had, okay? How can you say you believe in something, right? Or someone, right? If you do not acknowledge all of the truth, right? You must acknowledge all of the truth, okay? And there's a lot of people that are awakening and who are coming to the truth of that, right? And also other things. But there will be acknowledgement of God's people. There will be acknowledgement of God's people, okay, and who we actually are. You know what I'm saying? And it's not just pertaining to, it's every black person. No, it's not. It's not. It's not. Okay. One of the main ones being, okay, the kingdom of Judah, right? Which Ashkenazi Jews, they're not Jews, they're Ashkenazi, okay, employed, what was it, the Arab nation, I believe, okay, to go in and capture the royalty of Judah, right, and scatter them to the four corners of the earth. Okay, it was prophesied, 444 on the timer, thank you. It was prophesied, and so it happened, right? But now a gathering is occurring and has been occurring. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Confirmation. Y'all can't see it. It's on top of my screen. There's a gathering that's been occurring, okay, readying for a mass exodus. And this is what people have been trying to stop, slow down, okay? All these deceptions that the enemy's, been trying to throw out. And something's changing here, something big, okay? I can't quite put my finger on it, but if it was meant for me to right now, then I would be able to, right? But there is another awakening happening, bigger, more powerful. Okay, 543 on the timer. It's time, and it's happening. Okay, 555 on the timer. So I just wanted to drop that off, okay, because people need to know that, right? And while it's not about, let's not get into a color debate or anything, because it's not about that, right? Though that is of a truth, okay? Though it is of a truth. We're talking about Jew and Gentile here, okay? Not black and white, not, you know what I'm saying? Not any of that. Right? But the truth is the truth. The truth is the truth. 626 on the timer. And we all got to acknowledge that. We all got to acknowledge that. And like I said, everybody's not God's people. That's just what it is. You can tell by, look around. Many are called, few are chosen. The few are God's people, right? 656 on the timer. The apple of his eye. That is the few, right? So we were going to awaken anyway, and we were going to, we've never lost sight of where our help comes from, right? Even being in this darkness as everybody else is, we've never lost where our help comes from. We've always known that, right? Even if we did not know other truths and, amongst other lies and deceptions, right? We have always known where our help comes from. You can ask any chosen person that, right? In my individual experience, I know God's been with me since I got here, since he sent me here to be born in this world. I've always had experiences with the Holy Spirit, with the spiritual realm, always, ever since I can remember. But now I can just talk about it freely. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I just can't drop that. Cooking right now, so I ain't got that much time to just be sitting here yapping. But I love y'all, beloved. Okay, and I will holler at y'all later. Hope you're having a good day. All right, later. Peace.